Yes. So, good afternoon to sirs and madam. Yesterday, I have discussed about some judicial pronouncements that was happened at NCLT or NCLAT. Today's topic is on information memoranda, essential document for maximizing the value. This is the heart of the CIRP process. The preamble also clearly states value maximization. Whatever the best in the company is there, you have to project properly to the prospective resolution applicants who are filed in the expression of interest and to get as much as possible up to last rupee from them. Further, we have to prepare the information memoranda in such a manner to get a maximum amount. So that is possible also. That's why information memorandum is nothing but marketing brochure. So this marketing brochure to be developed by the IRP or RP by following certain basic business principles. Once you have prepared the information memoranda, then automatically some of the prospective resolution applicants will be tempted to acquire or to get or to file the resolution plan to the RP. So here, whatever the hard-earned time or money spent by you, that is to be realized. And whatever the stakeholders are there, we have to satisfy to a maximum extent. Once we received the good amount or reasonable amount or fair amount from the prospective resolution applicant, then it is very easy to satisfy the various stakeholders of the CIRP process.
Sorry,
So that's fine.
I find some disturbance in the voice. I don't know whether it is clear to others or it is causing problem at my end only.
It is okay.
Sir, others, sir?
It is okay, madam.
Is it okay? Okay, I'll just re-log in there. Thank you.
Okay. So that's why you have to prepare. Today, I will talk the IM in a different manner. As a business person, if at all I am in RP position, definitely some uniqueness will be there and to satisfy my stakeholders. That is a CIRP stakeholders. Value maximization is one of the primary and explicitly stated objectives in the preamble of IBC. So whenever I am handling the projects, CIRP projects, I should keep it in mind the value maximization concept. Once it is lingering in my mind throughout the CIRP process, stakeholders will be benefited and satisfaction will be available to me also. An information memorandum functions as a comprehensive marketing brochure. It is not a simple one. Some of the people, particularly my colleagues also, whenever they have prepared, simply they are preparing. And whatever the value of the assets, whether it is a liquidation or fair value, whatever it is there, but you have to project your company in such a manner, facts only, not the wrong information. whatever the facts is there, suppose one company is there, that company only one company in the country or in that particular area of operation, you have to highlight to the prospective resolution applicant. This type of companies are not there in this particular state. The product, demand and supply. Suppose if the company is started and manufactured the product, definitely adequate market is there, no competitors are there. Whatever the real, the correct information is available, you mention in the information memorandum. Whatever the regulation or the other code or whatever the judicial pronouncements, whatever it is there, first you follow the guidelines, but at the appropriate time, appropriate place, you mention this one. Definitely some good results will happen. Because my objective is a maximization. Simply, okay, sir, this is a new the machinery. This is this is laying in the factory. If at all you want to, you please submit your resolution. That is not sufficient. Even whenever the PRA wants to verify the factory also, it should be clean. Whatever the expenditure you are going to incur, that is a part of the CIRP cost, not from my pocket. And once before or after cleaning, some results will be there. Suppose the factor, the machinery is a good condition, but the surrounding places are dirty. And once the PRA is visiting that one, he is always thinking about the dirtiness and not the unique value of the asset. It is a new machinery, but the surroundings cleaning is not there. And the machinery looks like a old machinery. All are intangibles. So the information function, the memorandum functions as a comprehensive marketing dossier, as a detailed dossier. The dossier consists of all facts. IBBA will not tell about this, that. It differs from sector to sector. Pharma sector is different. Real estate sector is different. And all these things, detailed dossier for prospective resolution applicants. During CIRP under the IBC, prepared a resolution plan, prepared the resolution prepared by the resolution professional. It serves the foundation of the PRA to evaluate the company and formulate a viable resolution plan. So that's why some special attention, some special focus to be given in the information memorandum. Nowhere it is defined. It doesn't mean it is not defined. That's why I have not mentioned means that is not exclusive. Because the preamble correctly said maximization of the value. If at all it is a new machinery, latest machinery, that machinery is imported machinery, and to get that machinery it takes 1 year, then automatically resolution, prospective resolution applicant will be tempted. Oh, this is a new machinery. So that 1 year time, I need not spend. Instantly the machinery is available. Today, every PRA is also thinking about, instead of starting a new company, it is better to acquire an old company. If at all a new company is there, lot of the groundwork is required. Licenses and land leveling, construction activity, labor problem, import of a machinery, or so many things are there. But if at all instant cake is available, that is a company, then highlight all these things during a discussions also. The information memoranda is the cornerstone of the CIRP and the IBC. The primary object is to provide a comprehensive, they told clearly, comprehensive and accurate. I should not give any. Even the companies, whenever they are going for public issue, initial public offer, IPO, or follow-on public offer, or subsequent public offer, the prospectus, that is a invitation for the capital. Your information memoranda should be more or less equivalent to the IPO, that is a prospectus. But wrong information should not be given. So accurate dossier to potential resolution applicant to enable informed bidding. This is my company. This is my strengths. This is the opportunities. Once you acquired this one, these are the weaknesses. These are the threats also. Why can't you provide? Simply, it is a professional approach. Professional approach is very much required. And information memorandum must be proof-oriented, not simply story type. For everything, if at all the PRA asks some evidence, you have to tell. Otherwise, that information is a wrong information. And you have to show it is only a Eastman color picture you are showing instead of the black and white. The proof-oriented document ensuring all disclosed information. Whether any litigations are there, any pollution control problems are there, any court cases are there, all are to be mentioned. Financials, operational capabilities, legal status, and risk factors. Today, for every company, ESG norms are compulsory. Environmental, social governance. So, whatever the air pollution, water pollution, waste management practices are, how it is possible. Suppose one company is there, that is under CIRP, that the company is nearest to the raw material. Where the raw material is available, that is the strength of the company. That is the strength of the company, because the transportation cost will be reduced. If you highlight this one in information memoranda, some add-on advantages there. Meet regulatory and investors' requirements. If a PRA requires, or if the information memoranda specifies compliances with particulars, standards, the issuer holds absolute responsibility to prove the accuracy of the information. Suppose the value, the plant and machinery value, or buildings, or the securities valuation, all these things, the proofs are also required. If at all required, you have to show by taking the confidentiality agreement from the PR. Why establishing the company is better than acquiring a new company? Today, so many people are thinking this is a old company, this is a lost company, this is a CIRP company, this is a sick company, like that. But today, the investors are preferring not a new company. If at all I acquire the old company and final touches are given, definitely it is a good for the investors also. Why establishing a company is better than acquiring a new company? Establishing a company is better than acquiring a new company. The investors are always thinking about this one. Today, lot of a big market is there for the CIRP companies. People are ready, investors are ready, but the marketing is very much required. the message to be reached to the prospective resolution applicant. Suppose I have given an advertisement where all the people are poor in that district, I have given the advertisement. No response will be there. So today, this is a big market also. Acquiring a company through resolution plan under IBC by a prospective resolution applicant is increasingly regarded as a strategic. It is a strategic thinking of the investor, efficient and often superior alternative to constructing a new company. Even some of the people who wish to acquire a flat instead of going for a new flat, 1 year age old flats are also readily available. EPCRE, the Indian Banking Association, EPCRE, the website. Otherwise, first I have to give, even though the builders, they will tell after 3 years on that particular sky, your 15th or 20th floor will come. In the meantime, you have to deposit 50%. Whether it will come or not, that is always a question mark for me. But I have to pay 50% now. So that's why, in the similar manner, companies also. Constructing a company is a difficult one. That's why value maximization is possible and often superior alternative constructing a new company. This approach allows investors to acquire a clean, going concern, saving significant capital and time also. Time, lot of time, lot of licenses. All these things are not required once you acquired the existing company, which is under CIR. Clean slate and liability waiver. Once the resolution plan approved by the adjudicating authority, whatever the conditions mentioned, that is to be satisfied. That's all, nothing else beyond that. If at all government dues are waived, waived. No need to pay GST, no. No need to pay earlier company income tax, no. Clean slate and a liability waiver. A key benefit is a clean company. The NCLT is giving order. When the resolution plan is approved by the NCLT, the new owner is shielded for the past liabilities. You need not bother. Even anybody is asking, give that order copy and one letter. I need not pay. This is a government, that is through NCLT. This is waived. Non-compliance and tax obligations of the previous management. Instant start. So it is a ready-made. It is not a filter coffee. It is a brew. Instantly we can start the operations. From the day one onwards, I can get the revenue. But once it is a new company, I have to wait to get the yield on my investment after 3 years or 4 years like that. Instant start, time saving. Instead of setting a new infrastructure, navigating regulatory approvals, hiring staff over several years. Today, in that particular company, surrounding to that particular company, my employees or labor is available. If at all I started a new company, then it will be a problem. Labor is also a problem. The PRA can take over the function of the business immediately, hitting the ground running. That is possible. Today, to get the electricity line, we have to apply. They will take their own sweet time, 3 months or 6 months. But once electric connections and particularly the connections, all these things are readily available. transformer and other things are readily available, I can start the business the day one after my acquire. If at all it is the RP has continued that company as a going concern. Acquisition of discounted rates. Some haircut is available. If at all I want to start a new company, MRP rate. But here the MRP minus some discount is there. So discounted rate. Stress reserves are often acquired at prices below the fair market value. As a creditors are focused on recovery rather than maximizing capital gains. So whenever once the information memorandum is completed, your role is a marketing officer of that particular company. In addition to the RP marketing officer. The pre-existing infrastructure and brand equity. The buyers gain access to the existing operation systems, skilled workforce, customer bases, and recognized brand names also. I need not to spend more amount on advertisement. It is already established brand. But due to some problems, the management issues, then the company is halted for 6 months. Now the company is functioning full-fledged. The customers need not worry. If you give the day one advertisement, the new PRA, definitely, if at all he becomes a SRA, successful resolution applicant, then it is good for him. What I am telling is, lot of demand is there for the CIR. Some of the people, they are focusing on this area. This is also a good opportunity. NRIs are also more for this. And they recognize a brand name, which would take vast time and capital to build up the from scratch onwards. New means from scratch onwards. When it will be completed, I don't know. Monsoons have to be good. If at all monsoons are not good, in summer season also the rains are coming, then automatically my construction will be delayed. All these things are there. Customized payment terms. The PRS, while when they're submitting their the resolution plans, sir, total amount is not possible. I will pay in an installment. Upfront, I will bring out of 200, 100 crores, remaining 100 crores, 25, 25, 25. That customized terms are also possible. Payment to the creditors can be restructured, allowing the from staggered payments rather than upfront cash outlay. Particularly for a new company. Nobody will give the loans. Nobody will extend, particularly the data, the creditors, they don't give. Each and amount I have to pay in cash. Cash means that is amount to be paid by taking from the loan from the bank or financial institution or my own capital loan. So the key consideration for acquisition process is eligibility 29A. The PRA must eligible section 29A of the IBC, which restrict certain people like willful defaulters for submitting, restricts certain people. Once the person is good, definitely he will handle the company in a better manner when compared to the branded people like willful defaulters. Their face is branded by the Reserve Bank of India, willful defaulter with a certain process. For a willful defaulter also, 2024 or 25, the Reserve Bank of India issued master directives how to identify the willful defaulter. They have to frame one committee, and the borrowers are also to be attended. And the committee, they interacted with the borrowers. So what is the reason for not paying? Then only they will declare that this borrower is a willful defaulter. Not simply, no, if the companies are not paying the amount, it doesn't mean that they will be declared as a willful defaulters. Committee of creditors approve. The plan must be viable and approved with a 66% of COC, which focus on going concern capacity of the application. Judicial approval is also required. The NCLT ensures the plan complies with the legal norms, making transfer legally binding all the parties. So, once you acquire the old one, there is no problem. If at all you are correct, and definitely it gives good results for you in future also. By utilizing IBC framework, investor can turn around a viable but a distressed company, revive business activity while avoid the hurdles associated with the new and organic corporate construction. That is possible. With the new and organic corporate construction, that is possible. So that's why simply we should not hand over the company to a wrong person. The 29A is to be scrutinized properly through various sources. If you see suppose after the company, some people, PRAs, they wish to verify the particular company. They want to visit. If at all in a dirty shape, the machinery may be 1 year age old. If this be the left side, if at all it is not cleaned and properly, then the rate will be quoted less. The PRA will submit the rate. They don't bother about the valuation of the property, valuation of the amount given by the valuers. But if you see the last figures, the same company with a neat, clean. So during the visits also, we should not show the bad picture of the company. I'm not talking about not hiding the information. That is on account of not cleaning only, that is they will quote less also. So that's why during visits of PRA for the manufacturing units, some cleanness is required, some lubrication is required, some power connections, if at all it is hanging, that is to be rectified. All are comes under CARP custom. Because the RP main objective is to satisfy the preamble of the IBC. The preamble says maximizing value. If at all it is in dirty shape, the machinery is 1 year back only. And the life of the machinery is 10 years or 12 years or 15 years. If the PRA is seeing that particular pictures, he won't quote my maximum amount. Sometimes he may quote beyond that particular the valuation report also. Because instead of purchasing a new one, they will also compare. They are also having their own consultants, financial consultants. So that's why the company should be in a new condition basis. Now, I will discuss about the IM, Information Memoranda, in detail. Is information memoranda as the foundation of a value maximization. This is a foundation. The IM acts as a single comprehensive repository of information about the corporate data. Only the document. It is a single document. It is a comprehensive document. It is a repository of information about the corporate data. That's why we have to pay some special attention. The resolution applicants depend upon the assess the feasibility, viability, and potentiality and profitability of acquiring or reviving the company. Once I am investing in the company, I will also think about the feasibility, the viability, the potential profitability, and whether to acquire or not acquire of the reviving company. By the resolution applicants. Resolution applicants is nothing but a prospective investor. Even though we are calling as a PRA, in my opinion, he is a prospective investor, PI. If information memoranda is incomplete or poorly structured, whatever your efforts are there, up to the point of the information memoranda preparation, all are to be carried out properly. So that's why whenever you are going to handle CIRP, whatever the good messages about the company or whatever the information about the plant and machinery or buildings or land, all are to be jotted down in a book. While preparing the information memoranda, this information is also to be carried out in the IM. If information memoranda is complete or poorly structured, potential bidders may either abstain from bidding or quote low values. That's why I shown the cleanliness. Then even though it won't take much time to clean that one and it won't incur much amount, but the first impression is the best impression. If the first impression is that uncleaned and the rusting and without lubrication, the wires are hanging, all these things, definitely he will not quote higher due to perceived risks and information asymmetry. Therefore, a robust IM reduces the uncertainty and encourages the competitive bidding, which is essential for value maximization. So simply we can talk value maximization, but in that particular meaning, so many sub-parameters are there. It won't define, if at all it is defined, only information memoranda, the regulation not exceeding 300 pages that IBC, IBBI has to write. All things are, because we are the professionals, whatever the best is there, that is to be extended to the company through CIRP process. Although the information memorandum is mandated under Section 29 of IBC, its real significance goes beyond the legal compliance. It is an effectively marketing dossier of the competitor. They will mention simply because even regulation also operational instructions, code, the act or code sections are there. They don't give elaborate, because one profession is handling some of the areas, the best for the company, nobody will object. Just as a company prepare the information, the investment memoranda or information memoranda to attract investors, the resolution professional must prepare IM to highlight the strengths, the growth potential, the strategic advantages of the company. Why you should acquire? Why the company is a good company? You have to highlight the strength of the company to be highlighted. It doesn't mean the weaknesses are not to be highlighted. That is also to be highlighted. The threats also to be highlighted. The growth potential, strategic advantages of the company. A well-marketed IM generates interest from wider pool of investors, including strategic buyers, financial investors, and specific sector players. But whenever you are handling pharma company, that information to be flow. One example I am quoting here. One CIRP was there in particularly pharma company at Bangalore, Karnataka. It is outskirts nearby airport. And they have the RP has given the advertisement expression of interest. No bids. Then they have to wait, and after that liquidation only. But before a completion of that 180 days, I told, because he is also known to me, I told, but so why you are not given that advertisement in Pharma City of Hyderabad, and where it is located, the cluster of pharma companies, district editions are also there. Next, in the Bangalore also pharma, the companies are located in cluster of pharma companies are located at one place. Then, whether you believe it or not, 25 resolution plans are submitted. But if at all I have given a textile the located place, nobody will purchase. Pharma means the pharma people will be interested. So here, the sector specific players, they will interest. Explore that possibility also. Role of adequate and wide publicity. Value maximization is not possible without a broad market visibility. One side, you have to achieve the value maximization. And if at all you are not spending or you are not giving the advertisement in a proper manner, then how the value maximization will happen? And if at all IT industries are located in that particular district only, you have given advertisement for pharma, who will submit the resolution plan? If at all you have given the advertisement, the district edition of that particular regional newspaper in Pharma City, definitely some good results will happen. The IM must support wide publicity, presenting the company in a structured and investor-friendly manner. When the company operational strengths, assets, and market positions are clearly documented. What is before CIRP? What is the market position? What is the market penetration level? What are the previous sales? What is the financial position of the company? It enables RP to circulate opportunity through data rooms, investment bankers, industry associations, and global investors also. Today, the particularly defunct companies, lot of demand is there from NRIs. Even one of my friend always asking, Mr. Prasad, any companies are undergoing CIRP, I want to file the resolution. Because his friends are in different countries and they want to invest their funds in the CIRP company, ready-made, after filtration. Not simply they don't invest, they will also feasibility, viability, and profitable, all these things. Data rooms, investment bankers, industry association, and global investors network outs. The wide coverage ensures not only local but also international resolution applicants evaluate the opportunities, thereby increasing competitive tensions and improving the recovery outcomes. Groups. The groups, if at all you circulate that one, definitely. That's why the AppCray, that is a IBA portal, shortly they are going to give instructions to upload with regard to the expression of interest for this the resolution plans also. A strong IM go beyond the financial statement and include a detailed description of the business operation, production capacity. What is the capacity of the total capacity? The capacity of all missions. Once the capacity also mentioned, the based on the capacity, if a demand is there, they will run the company in a full capacity, thereby the fixed cost per unit will decrease. The capacity of the company is also, some companies, even less capacity is not economically viable. But if the company capacity utilization is more, then per unit cost will decrease. Supply chain. What are the forward and backward linkages? Whether raw material, some companies are nearest to market. That is the greatest advantage. They need not incur any transportation. Some companies nearest to raw material. Cement industries nearest to the raw materials are very much required to control or to minimize the production cost. If at all your cement company is located nearest to the raw material, that limestone quarries or coal or whatever it is there, then it is a great advantage. The value of the machinery and all these things are different. If nearest to raw material or nearest to market is also good thing. Supply chain and operational efficiency. Okay, some companies will be defunct within a short span of 1 year or 2 years. Those companies are also there under CAR. So here, operational efficiency. Sir, my machinery is a good one. The life of the machinery is 20 years. So far, we have used only 2 years. Still 18 years. In the meantime, through CARP cost, the lubrication, the running conditions should be established. Otherwise, I am only the resolution professional. I have to sit in the office, means nothing will happen. Because you are the CEO of the company. You have to handle the production department, you have to handle the marketing department, you have to handle the HR department, you have to handle the finance department, or whatever the line functions are there in the management. That's why the CEO is there. Supply chain and operational efficiency. The importance of comprehensive business operational data is investors are particularly interested in production process. The production process. If at all flowchart is there, some companies production, one production, next production is far away, thereby transportation cost. All production process within the vicinity of that particular the unit, then there is no problem. Product portfolio. How many products we can manufacture with the help of that machinery? Only fair value, liquidation value, and whatever the values are given by the valuer, we are projecting. Customer concentration. Who is the buyers of my product? Where they are? Customer concentration. And the distribution network. Suppose cement company is there. Earlier, my dealers are 200. They are located in these places. Still, they are waiting for the product. If at all it is a new company, the distribution network a new network to be created. But it is an existing one. The list is also available with the company, with their cell numbers, with their contact, with address. If it are cement company is there, cement distributors within the state, 600 outlets are there, each and every district. Why can't you inform in the information memorandum? This is once it is there. Oh, once I started the production, then a network is not a problem. Operational scalability. Okay, today the company is in 5 acres, the land is 25 acres. If at all I want to expand 20 acres, extra land is there. Such operational clarity helps resolution applicants estimate a turnover cost and future profitability, leading to more accurate and higher bids. Value maximization is a small 2 words, but inner meaning is a lot of information. So higher bids, SWOT analysis, a crucial analytical component. Give what are the weaknesses, what are the threats, what are the opportunities, what are the strengths. Give him. He will get a fair idea about the company. Inclusion of a structured SWOT analysis, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats is a vital. It enables investors to quickly evaluate the strategic position of the corporate data. Then I need not disturb the RP also. Frequently, if you give the end-to-end information, whatever the information for get the better price, give that one. No phone calls, nothing. The SWOT analysis should be covered the strengths, the strong of the brand, if the brand is there, the long-term contacts with the various people, strategic location of the company. It is outskirts, pollution problems not there. And the pollution also, they are using the air or water or waste management. I'm using these practices. Write it in the document, location and experienced workforce. If at all it is a going concern, definitely if the manpower is there, then mention ready-made manpower, trained manpower, experienced manpower. I'm not ever mention the value. This gives the value maximization. Value maximization is not based on the fair market value or liquidation value. Weaknesses. I'm not asking you to give only the best. What is the worst coin, other side of the coin? You mention. Then only the prospective resolution applicant will believe your words, believe your document, and he will verify whatever it is there. Absolute mystery. Tell. It is not a new mystery, sir. You have to replace. Hide it. Mention. And a customer concentration. Only few customers are purchasing this one, not all customers. Pending litigations. Whether it is a Workmen Compensation Act or Factories Act or any public, the litigations are there about the pollution and all these things mentioned. I'm not talking about always the good side of the coin. Even bad also you mention. But at the same time, opportunities. So this product shortly Government of India going to use for infrastructure development. Government is also Vikasit Bharat or whatever the relevant information are correlated or linkages are there mentioned. untapped markets, export potentials, new product lines, and threats also. How many companies are there surrounding or in the market? What is your market share? Regulatory risks, intense competition, technology obsolescence. So whatever the existing technology, it is to be replaced with robots or artificial intelligence, etc., etc. This analytical presentation helps investors form a balanced and realistic view of the company. Even though the strengths are more and weaknesses are less and the threats are less, he will be tempted to purchase with a higher amount by borrowing or by acquiring additional funds also. That is the beauty of the particular information. The information memoranda should be prepared like that. This analytical presentation helps investors form the balanced and realistic view of the company, which enhances the confidence and facilitate informed bidding also. Technology used by the company is a major determinant of the valuation. If at all your company is in trouble and CIRP started, but the company is already started AI, artificial intelligence, then it will not be counted in valuation. Definitely people will be tempted. The technology used by the company is a major determinant of the valuation. If the corporate data uses advanced or proprietary technology, automation or energy efficient, these factors significantly enhance investors invest in the interest in acquiring the company. Conversely, outdated technology signals the need for capital expenditure and reduces valuation. If at all old technologies they tell, then the prospective investors, okay, this much funds outlay is also there in the coming years. I have to ready with the funds. I have to ready with the funds. So you have to give the clear picture. The conversely, outdated technology signals the need for capital expenditure and reduces valuation. Hence, the IM should describe the type of a manufacturing technology, the level of automation, the software systems that are used by the company, whether entrepreneur is a program or management information systems with AI tools, patents, and proprietary parts. This information directly impacts on the cost benefit analysis of the potential acquirers. Then only your company will quote with a higher amount than the nominal amount of the fair and liquidation value. The value of the machinery, remaining amount, beyond that amount, if at all it is quoted, that is the strength of the company, that is the goodwill of the company, that is the image of the company, that is the important factors are contributing to acquire the company. Nearest to raw material, nearest to the market where the products are to be sold, or technology, or the life of the machinery, all these things are also play a vital role in preparation of the information memorandum. Historically, market share provide a clear indication of the company's competitive strengths before financial distress. Investors often evaluate whether decline was due to temporary financial constraint or structural business failures. To arrive at this conclusion, we have to provide the correct, the granular level information is very much required in the information memorandum. Sir, are you getting my point, madam or sir? Is there any sense?
Yes, sir. Very relevant.
Any clarification, sir? Any
No, sir, it
discussion?
is quite clear.
Okay. If the company is a significant market share, sir. Okay. If the company has a significant market share prior to CARP, it indicates a brand acceptance and customer trust, which is a powerful value drivers and support higher resolution values. Significant market share, 30% market share. Definitely, today, the competitors are more in the market. Brand, quality, price, channels of distribution, and packaging, all these things are plays a vital role. If the company is a going concern, significant market share is there, the prospective resolution applicant simply acquire that company by quoting higher amount than the fair market value. Beyond the fair market value is also possible. So I need not spend any advertisement. Already market is captured by this company, this product, this brand. That's why it is a powerful value drive to support the higher resolution valuations. So what is the market share? So even for information memoranda, being a bankers, whenever we are giving any loan, the appraisal system is there. The appraisal system contains, sometimes it is 30 or 40 or 60 or pages. In that appraisal, all these things. So the feasibility study, the economic viability, or technical feasibility, all managerial, all these things are covered about the directors, about the product, about the supply and the demand of the product. All are, that's why while preparing the information memorandum, the COC is with you only. The financial creditor who sanctioned the loan is one of the member of the COC. If you ask the particular financial creditor, can I have the appraisal format of while sanctioning this loan to the company, whether it is a term loan or working capital or bills discounting or bank guarantee or the letter of credit, etc. Definitely, they will provide that information. It is a benefit for them only, not for you. They will provide. So whatever the study made, already study made by the bank, that is to be translated in the information memorandum. If the company is a significant market share prior to CARP, it indicates brand acceptance and customer trust, which are powerful value drivers and support higher resolution valuation. Age and condition of a plant and machine. The IM must clearly disclose the age, the condition, the remaining useful life of the plant and machine. Because here, the total value is determined based on the land and buildings, the plant and machinery, and the securities valuation or business valuation. If you Total these three areas, the values are also three. Securities valuation, plant and machinery, land and building. These two clubbed together is called the value of the company. So whenever the plant and machinery, even the valuation also, you have to tell to the value. Okay, as per international standards, you have to give the valuation. If at all the machinery is a good condition, or the remaining useful life for how many years, whether it is a condition or age of the machine, all these things at the end of the particular report, if you mention what are the strengths of the machinery or what are the weaknesses of the machinery, the plant and machine. Then whatever the highlights are there, you translate into information memorandum. Because you are not a technical man. So the age, condition, and the remaining useful, he will provide that information. So whenever you are endorsing or whenever you are assigning that job to that particular value, ask them if this additional information on additional additional paper, instead of attach it to the particular valuation report. Anyhow, he has to go and he has to physically visit and he has to verify each and machinery, plant and machinery, what is the life, what is the invoice price, and what is the depreciation, whether it is a diminishing balance or straight line method, whatever the methods they have adopted, all these things mentioned. Because he knows about, because they are the mechanical engineers only for plant and machinery, he knows. The capital intensive industries like steel, the pharmaceuticals, the cement, the textile rely heavily on machinery efficiency. It is a capital intensive. Steel industry, capital. Suppose the age of the machinery is another 1 year, means nobody will purchase. After 1 year, huge amount of capital I have to inject in the company to replace the existing machinery with a new machinery. Like that pharmaceutical. Today, in most of the pharmaceutical robots type, the advanced technology is there for preparing the formulations or the injections or tonics or tablets, etc., etc. The cement industry, it is a bulk industry. So here also textile rely heavily on machinery efficiency. Even textile industry also latest technology. Most of the textile industries, they are imported the machinery either from China or Japan also. Cement industry, China only. Age and condition of the plant and machine. The investors use the data to estimate replacement cost. Okay. They are telling this machinery age is 15 years. The life of the machinery is 20 years. After 5 years, how much outlay is required? Capital is required to replace the machinery. Replacement of expenditure. Some of the machinery, some modifications are required. Some add-ons are required. So what is how much expenditure to upgrade that particular machinery? Some additions are required. Future depreciation impact. Once I have taken this one, what is the depreciation impact? How much I have to provide? A plant with relatively modern machinery significantly improves the enterprise value, where absolute equipment reduces the bits. So the value of the company is nothing but 3 areas: land and buildings, plant and machinery, and securities valuation. So here the plant and machinery is in manufacturing companies, it is a major area. That's why pharma or cement or textile, they are always looking for the age, the whether it is a latest equipment or the developments are particularly the latest developments are there in the particular machinery, advanced techniques or technology is there in the machinery, they will look into competitive landscape and a number of market players. This is another area. Competition. The CIRP company, only one company, is as good as a monopoly. So the price, whatever the company will determine, then if at all monopoly, no competitors are there, definitely the resolution plan bid will increase. No haircut. So the competitive, how many are there? What is the demand and supply? Even demand is more, supply of the product is less. Definitely the PRS will tempt to purchase this one. So understanding the number of competitors and the competitive relative position in the industry helps the resolution applicant evaluate the market risk and the entry barriers. A company operating in a niche segment with a limited competition is inherently more valuable than in a saturated market. Today, while quoting the rate, the maximizing value, whether it is a saturated market or niche market always quotes higher instead of a saturated market. Today, most of the products, a product life cycle is also there. So introduction, growth, saturation, fall. So the product life cycle also they will estimate while quoting this one. Okay, you are giving information, but while preparing the resolution plan, they will look into all these things. They will verify all these things. They simply quote, if you have mentioned 300 crores means they don't quote as to the 300, they may quote even 350 also, or they may quote even 100 also. So they will study whatever I told, all are from the prospective resolution point of view. They will verify and accordingly quote will be happen. If at all you provide that information proactively, definitely some good results will happen. A company operating niche segment with a limited competition is inherently more valuable than one in saturated market. Therefore, the IM should include industry size, number of key competitors, the company ranking among them, entry barriers and regulatory requirements. If you mention all these things, definitely some good results will happen. Information memorandum is, if you see the IBB also, they have given one model information that is a PDF file. If you see the Google also, it runs into so many pages. But if you see the information memoranda that is provided by some of the RPs, it is only a skeleton information without full details. Once you have given the information memoranda, the prospective resolution applicant should not question, should not raise any doubt that a granular information is to be provided for competitive bid. So the industry size is important. Industry size depends upon the supply and the demand. The demand for the product and the supply. Number of key competitors. So here, to prepare that information, even as a bankers also, we will take the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII data also. Competitors, the company ranking among them, and the entry barriers, and sometimes the McKinsey and Company, or PwC, or KPMG, sector-wise, they will give some analytics. So, if these sectors, which is you are going to hand over the company to a successful resolution applicant through the expression of interest, then in the information memorandum, whatever the statistics available, latest statistics, if you put in that particular and mention the source also, some good results will happen. Strategic advantages. Location is very, very important. Some of the companies, if a huge amount of water is required, the water is also available in the particular location of the company, then the quote will be more. The quote is not only the land and buildings and plant and machinery and securities valuation. Availability of the raw material, the labor. Otherwise, to get the labor, we have to construct the particular the residence or the houses for the labor to stay in that particular place. And the market access. For bulky, particularly the steel industry, if at all it is the nearest to market, then it is good. Otherwise, the transportation cost. Highlight all these things, because whenever you are any PRA approaches you for a discussion, highlight this one. Not only your simple paper, because you are the CEO of the company, you should know end-to-end information of that particular company. Because the span of the time is nearly 6 months, 180 days. From the day one onwards, you have to collect the data and store the data. That data, as and when it is required, you have to use the data. Certain advantages are not visible in financial statements, but significantly influence the valuation. Even though you are attaching the financial statement, proximity of raw material is available in the financial statement? No. Reducing the logistics cost? No. But in the particularly along with the IM, you have to enclose the financial statement. What financial statement? Today, what is happening? Once the balance sheet is balanced, the assets are equal to liabilities. Why all once the assets are sold, why it is not adequate to repay all the liabilities? We are paying secured or unsecured or operational creditor or financial creditor or the class of creditor. So many, some people they are not getting. But balance sheet means balance. The assets and liabilities are balanced. Balanced means the assets are equivalent to liabilities. Once I sold the assets, the liabilities have to be cleared. Why so many liabilities are not cleared during CARP? Some problems are there. The window dressing in the balance sheet may be there, or from the sickness to that CARP, some assets are of transaction may also be there. So here, the certain proximity of raw material, reducing the logistics cost, availability of skill or low cost labor. particularly if your company is located in a different manner where there is no companies nearby, so many villages are there, the low cost labor is available. That is the greatest advantage. Once the low cost of labor is there, the cost of production will reduce. Once the cost of production reduces, the price of the product reduces, the selling price is also reduced. Once the selling price is reduced due to the law of demand, the sales will increase. So here, the skilled and low cost labor, closeness to major markets or ports. If at all your industries are located nearby ports, there is a good scope for exports, and you need not incur any logistics cost. Today the ship is going, one day before you can transport the goods directly on the ship. Thereby, the storage cost at the port will not happen. They will charge on hourly basis. Established supply, because whenever you are preparing all these things, what I am telling is the strengths are to be properly addressed in the information memorandum. Convincing the people. If at all the information is not given properly, only sketchy information is there, then they may purchase, they may not purchase. So establish a supply relationship. How many suppliers are there? What are the products they are supplying? What are the credits they have given? 45 or this. Whether the suppliers are nearest to your production unit or not. Some of the companies, due to lack of supply of raw material, the company may not function. Because once it is the defunct company, some problems may be there, where the problems are to be addressed by the prospective resolution applicant. That's why this much detailed analysis, he will do it. For that, we have to support some information. These strategic factors must be highlighted prominently in the information memorandum, because they directly affect operating margins and scalability. The operating margins means nothing but profit, whether I can acquire or not to acquire, to take the decisions. If this information is not available, only A4 size 3 to 4 papers are given, that is not called as a information. That's why I told in the year 2019, 18 or so, the IBBA has issued one model information memoranda. If you go through that one, lot different factors, next particularly flow charts, all these things are they have mapped. And this strategic factors must have highlighted prominently in the information. Intangible assets. Okay. Tangible assets are reflected in the balance sheet. Intangible assets are to be mentioned in the footnote of the balance sheet. Brands, brand value, logo, patents, copyrights, licenses. So, as I told earlier, particularly in Bangalore, the Karnataka, the pharma company, they are having nearly 50 licenses. Nowhere it is reflected. So, at the time of giving the advertisement, and once the prospective resolution approaches, after expression of interest based on the net worth and all these things satisfied, then the PRS, that RP highlighted about how many licenses are there and the validity period of the license. Today, to get the licenses is a difficult task, Herculean task. So here also he mentioned about the due date and then once the life of the license still another 3 to 4 years, I need not to spend it to acquire the license, or I need not visit it to drugs and the medical the ministry or the departments. I need not visit. And for licenses also, if some of the drug company they are selling the license to others with a huge amount, in that particular company 50 are there, paracetamol and the crocin type liquid as well as a tablet, all these things licenses are there. Then I asked him to highlight that one, boss. That is not a A4 size paper, that is a valuable paper. It is equivalent to currency. So the brands, again, he need not worry. The existing brand can be continued. Immediately, the penetration level in the market will increase by giving the advertisement. Okay, earlier we have used this one, Bambino vermicelli. So that is in CIRP. Now the some initial problems are there. Now the company started the new activity, the same logo and all these things. People will immediately purchase that one. So the brand, the patents, the copyrights and licenses. In modern business, intangible assets are often contribute more value than physical assets. Physical assets are like plant and machinery, land and buildings. That is a worth, the worth is less than the intangible assets. The IM should therefore provide detailed disclosures regarding registered trademarks and brand value. Registered trademarks and brand value also. And not only that one, the patents, the proprietary technology. Suppose I am using the latest technology, the composition of that particular medicine or the process, if at all textile is there. Suppose I take for example Raymonds, they are using the word, it is a worsted shooting. Worsted shooting means not a worst one. The spinning of that particular is it is very difficult to identify. That's why they are using that the machinery is entirely different. Copyrights, software ownership, even ERP is there. It is not visible. Where is the ERP? It is in the mission. That is a software. Suppose in banks also core banking solution is there. Where is the core banking? It is not visible. But the bank has paid crores of rupees to implement the core banking and the version upgrade versions 2.1, 2.2, 3, 4, 5 versions. So the copyright of a software, today software is one of the important area that is also asset. Most of the companies they are using the softwares like ERP or other sector specific licenses, such as the drug manufacturing approvals in pharmaceuticals. If at all license leftover period is more than 5 years, people will be tempted to purchase your company. People will purchase. The prospective resolution applicants number will increase. At the initial stages only, the IM, then model IM they have developed. It is a good one. Flow charts. Intangible assets, for example, pharmaceutical company holding valid approvals from Central Drug and Standard Control Organization can command significantly higher valuation than similar company without such approvals. So they are having the license for tablets or injections or powder or whatever, tonics, etc., etc., etc. They need not purchase. But these intangibles are also to be properly factorized. Suppose whenever the valuation, securities valuation is given by the particular valuer, you have to scan the valuation report. Not simply go to the last page and what is the fair value or liquidation value to be carried forward in information memorandum. How he is, they prepared that report. What are the items is covered? Whether any items are missing or not. Simply, we are not aware of that one, sir. We are not technical people like that, correct? But you are the CEO of the company. And each asset, each and every asset is to be properly covered through valuation. So the pharmaceutical company holding valid approval of a Central Drug and Standard Control Organization, they will issue, can command significantly higher valuation than similar company without such approvals. But at the same time, you have to cover litigations. How many litigations are there? How many claims are there? What is the contingent liabilities? So Workman Compensation Act is there. But they are claiming, workers are claiming more. And company has given certain amount. It is in High Court. The probability of winning chances from the company side is there. I need not, I have to, the factor is that if at all there is a winning chances from the workers side, then what is the probable amount? That also we have to mention. Otherwise, he is in dark. He is in dark. So the litigations claims are contingent liabilities, ensuring transparency. While the information memoranda should highlight the strengths, it must also transparently disclose all litigations, contingent liabilities, and regulatory issues also. Suppose you take, for example, tax authorities, GST authorities, specific sector regulators, RERA, or the whatever the regulators are there, whatever the penalties, if at all they appeal to the appellate authority, and what is the progress of that particular case, all these things are to be mentioned. Transparency disclosure reduces the, otherwise you are giving a wrong information, thereby the misleading information may also create some problem later on. Transparency disclosure reduces the future disputes and builds trust among the bidders. Concealment or inadequate disclosure may result in lower bids or even cancellation of the process due to post-resolution litigation also. So to avoid this type of issues, the negative side, not only the positive side, the negative side also to be addressed properly. Sir, are you getting my point, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, audible, sir.
Okay. So now we will break for tea for 10 minutes, sir.
Okay, sir.
After that, we will again start. Okay, sir?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Hmm. Sir. Next, financial information and asset valuation. The IM must include the audited financial statements, asset registers and valuation summaries. And the resolution applicant rely on these details to build financial models, forecast cash flows, and determine the enterprise value. So, whatever the information you are going to provide, based on this information only, he will get some rough idea. And he will develop the fund flow or cash flow, all these things. Then only he will get a rough idea how much amount I have to quote. A well-structured financial section allows bidders to quickly perform sensitivity analysis also. So here, the bidders who are going to acquire the company, they will also use a sensitivity analysis. Okay, whatever the rough estimates they will take, particularly with regard to sales, with regard to cost of production, with regard to profit, and how the amount to be repaid, what is the debt service coverage ratio, all these things they will calculate. But they will apply sensitivity analysis also. What is a sensitivity analysis? Sensitivity analysis is the market conditions always not static. It is a dynamic. Suppose take for example, before this war, the prices are at one level. But on account of a war, the prices are increased. So in the sensitivity analysis, if at all any contingencies are happening, if 10% rise in cost of production or 10% decrease in the value of the revenue of the company, in that particular scenario, what is the revenue generated or profit generated to the organization, that also to be calculated. A well-structured financial section allows bidder to quickly perform sensitivity analysis and scenario of planning, improving the ability to submit the competitive bids within the CIRP timelines. So here, why we should provide the detailed information means the detailed information not only to quote the bid, but also to arrive how much amount to be quoted by them. Definitely, whatever the positive points you are going to mention, that will give some comfort to the prospective resolution applicant also. The resolution professional play a pivotal role in structuring and presenting the IM. And the RP must exercise professional judgment, commercial acumen, and sectorial understanding while compiling this information. So whenever you are compiling this information with regard to information memoranda, exercise the professional judgment, commercial acumen, or sectorial understanding and complying the information. Engaging industry experts. Sometimes you have to engage the industrial experts also. Then only once you are going to provide the information memoranda, the information memoranda should be full information to be provided, accurate information to be provided. What are the positive points that is to be highlighted? What are the negative points that is to be highlighted? Otherwise, it is not called it as information. And the technical values, all values are not applicable, not suitable for all valuation. Pharma, some people are experts in pharmaceutical. Some people, they are experts in technology. So the valuation, people are, if at all you are asked valuation, no, sir, that also I will do, this also I will do. No, the expertise is also required. How many is handled pharma? Tell me, which companies? Or if at all he is not having the broad idea about pharma, how he will value the particular machinery, plant and machinery, what type of technology they are introducing, and what is the value of the licenses, and what is the patent rights and other things. So that's why the values to be appointed by you should be a qualified one. In addition to qualification, he should be expert in the line of activity. And investment bankers, where necessary, ensure that information memoranda reflects the true potential corporate data rather than merely a distressed financial position. Today, that is happening. Merely a distressed financial position, which is not correct. Simply, the A4 size paper, if at all black it, that is not correct. The PRA, whatever in his mind to acquire the company, whether all information is reflected in the information memoranda or not, that is to be verified. Ultimately, the information memoranda acts as a bridge between distressed company, that is corporate data, and the potential investors. So once this is fulfilled, then only it is useful. It translates complex operationals, financial, legal data, investor-friendly narrative. That explains why the company is worth reviving or acquiring. That is the ultimate. The information memorandum may be a small word or statement, but whenever we are providing that information, it should be worth reviving is it worth reviving the company or not? Or whether it is acquiring is good or not, reviving is good or not, that is to be decided by the prospective resolution applicant. A poorly drafted information memoranda leads to weak investors' response. Today, that is happening. That's why the essential document for maximizing value means so you have to understand the concept. Why the information memoranda? What is the significance and importance of the information memoranda? Simply filling the blanks is not the criteria. Where the professionally prepared IM can transfer a distressed entity into a competitive acquisition opportunity. Hence, the information memoranda is not just a statutory document. It is a central instrument for achieving the value maximization in CIR. So for value maximization, it starts from information memorandum. By providing wide publicity, comprehensive business disclosure, SWOT analysis, technology details, market position, asset condition, and intangible valuation, the information memoranda enables the resolution applicants to make informed decisions and submit higher or more realistic bids. So for a higher or more realistic bids, this is important. So that's why we have to prepare the information memoranda in such a manner to maximize the value of the stakeholders of CIR. Therefore, the resolution profession must treat the preparation of IM as a strategic and a commercial exercise. It is a strategic tool to enhance the value of the company or a commercial exercise. It is once you have floated that one, number of participants should be increased. The real value of the company, the resolution professional has to get it. Not the haircut 75% or 90% haircut. Ensuring that every factor is capable of enhancing the enterprise value. So I told about various factors, the brand, the intangible assets like copyrights or patent rights, or in case of pharma company, licenses, or nearest to market, or nearest to the raw material or the customer base. And all these things, each and every factor plays a vital role in the information memorandum. Carefully documented and effectively presented. The document should be carefully prepared and effectively documented. To maximize the value of the corporate data during CIRP, the resolution professional must actively adopt structured market-oriented strategies to attract more PRAs to participate in the request for resolution plan. To get that one, a higher number of PRAs lead to competitive bidding, improved commercial terms, and better recovery for the creditors, aligning the objective of the IBC code. So to achieve the IBC code, this is a must. We have to prepare the information memorandum in a structured manner and not restricted to a small information. It should be a lengthy information. Lengthy information means I'm not talking about give more information means valuable information, relevant information, accurate information. Preparation, a high quality information. First and most crucial are the strategies of preparing comprehensive, accurate, and professional information memorandum. PRA will not only participate if they have sufficient, reliable, structured, and evaluate opportunity. A well-drafted IM reduces uncertainty and builds investors' confidence. If at all you have provided a small information, it will not suffice for him to quote a good quote and encouraging participation from both strategic as well as financial investors. That is important. Wide publicity and market outreach also required. RP should not limit publicity of the statutory new document advertisements. Instead, they should adopt a multi-channel outreach, including publication of insolvency platforms, circulation through industry association, investors network and global restructuring platforms, outreach to investment bankers, etc., etc. Even there is no problem. Once the expression of interest is there, that expression of interest, whoever is the financial creditors of COC, you give that expression of interest, which is going to be published, which is published in the newspaper, and give that advertisement. The financial creditors who are the COC members, they will display in their notice board in the bank branches also. Thereby, number of investors will increase. So there is no additional cost. There is no ban. There is no negativity. Suppose that once you are giving the advertisement in a local newspaper as a all India newspaper, what is the problem in giving the same advertisement to the COC member to put it in the newspaper, notice board of the bank? There is no problem. Because here, whenever the banks under SURFACE or DRT, any auctions are there, we use it to put in the notice board. So that's why in the coming days also, the expression of interest, if it is linked to upgrade of IBA, Indian Banks Association, wide publicity, and there is a scope for a number of prospective resolution applicants, they will submit the resolution plan. Engagement of investment bankers or transaction advisors. In large and complex CIRP process, big one, not a small one. I'm not talking about it. This is in a larger perspective. I'm talking not a small 10 crores and other things. For that also, whatever the channels are there, you use those channels. Engaging professional intermediaries, big one, significantly increasing the participation. Investment bankers maintain database of strategic buyers, private equity funds, distressed asset investors. Their involvement helps in targeting marketing, preparation of investors presentation, direct investors roadshow. This transfers CORP from passive process into actively marketed transaction. That is the purpose. Simply maximizing how it is possible. The preamble says maximization of the value, maximizing value. How it is possible? Unless until you have addressed all these things, then only maximization is possible. This is not a wrong. Once you are giving wide publicity through newspaper, that to expression of interest, what is the problem in the company website as well as the IBBA website? What is the problem in displaying this same in particularly the various associations and other things to get more number of the resolution applicants? Nobody will object to this one. Nobody will return all these things in the regulation and other things. They will quote only the repeated All India newspaper and the regional newspaper like that. Today, how many people are reading newspapers? And how many the prospective investors visiting to the IBBI website? So, the dissemination of information to reach that particular person, whatever the cost free, I'm not asking to incur more cost. No. Whatever, suppose if groups are there, some groups, particularly IP groups, then they are sending the information with regard to selling of the liquidation assets. They are putting because wide publicity. There is no wrong, nothing wrong in this. Early identification targeting of strategic buyers. The RP should identify the companies operating in the same or adjacent industries. Suppose the company is in a pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical means the association office, you put one notice and you use the pharmaceutical district edition of the local newspaper for giving the expression of interest. In addition to All India newspaper, there the buyers are instantly available. Though the RP should identify the companies operating in the same or adjacent industries and directly communicate the opportunity. The strategic buyers often value synergies such as market expansion, backward and forward integration, elimination of competition. So such outreach, such place increasing the probability of serious and competitive bids that will happen. Creation of a user-friendly virtual data room. A well-organized virtual data room is crucial to ensure access of information. If the data room is disorganized or incomplete, potential PRAs as may be withdrawn due to high due diligence burden. And the RP should ensure indexed document. Once you have created virtual data room to show whatever the information required by the prospective resolution applicant, it should be immediately retrievable and it should be organized one. You have to forecast well in time that what type of information he is going to ask me for that, index the documents. Suppose, take for example, machinery when it is purchased. If invoices are there, mention the invoice, data purchase of invoice, then he will believe whether it is a old or outdated, or the modern one. Searchable formats, updated financial and legal records. So whenever you are developing the virtual data room for showing to the PRAs, potential PRAs, it should be a structured one. Technical and operational data. What are the previous results of the company? How many products? What are the various markets? Suppose if a cement company is there, he is asking earlier how many dealers are there and what is the sales of each dealer. And already the data is available. The old data is available. If at all it is a going concern, the latest data is also available. Ease of access translate directly into higher participation. Once whatever his doubts are there, through user-friendly virtual data room, if you provide that information, the confidence level of the PRAS will increase, and definitely he will quote the higher amount or correct amount.
Sir,
Sir.
do you have any model IM?
Model, sir. Model, 1 minute. You give me.
Practical IM, which already been done 2 or 3
sir.
years before. Do you have any model IM?
That also, only 1 minute, I will stop this PPT. That IM is also available with me.
Okay.
IM is also, that is IB IM. 1 minute, sir. Sir, in the IBBA also the specimens are available, sir. In the IBBA website also includes the information memorandum models are available.
Okay.
Sir, where it is, sir? In IBBA, I checked.
Sir, you type information memoranda specimen PDF.
Should we only, is it available only after login or before, sir?
No. Even Google, you search for information memoranda specimen PDF.
Actually, I am eager to see the actual anybody has prepared in early, which has been circulated before. That's why I am not standard format. I am not asking any standard format. Already prepared any video or anything else. That's all. Okay, sir. Any video? I have seen one of the video.
But the one PDF I am having, immediately it is not located. That information, okay. Once after completion of this class, definitely it will be there in my laptop.
You will send it, sir.
Along with the PPT, if I send, it is useful. That is a lengthy document, sir. For covered 2 to 3 industries also in that this one.
With actual data. With data.
If you go to that is IBBA only. IBBA.
Yes, sir, it's available, sir. Just checked. In Google itself, if we just put a model information memorandum IBBA, if we put it is coming. Some samples, actual only it is coming.
With all data, sir.
Yeah, with all data. Some company name is also there. Gilco Exports Limited.
Okay.
Like that. It is some 25 pages is there.
Okay.
Some Rajiv Kurana, resolution professional.
Okay, sir. Send it, sir. In
That
end
also
of
I'm
the
checking.
end of the scene, we will just send.
Only 1 minute, sir. Only 1 minute. If at all it is located, IMP appears to be impact on IMP. See, information memorandum handbook. I got it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Sir, is it visible, sir?
Sir, visible.
This is developed by specific information memoranda and a table of contents. This is 135 pages.
Acha.
This is not by me. This is IBBA developed this one. So abbreviations they have given, disclaimer also they have given, and then contact details and all these things. Part A, Part B. Part A, they have mentioned statutory information memoranda under IBC. Second one is Part B, business transaction information memorandum. Next, model information memoranda, table of content. Part A, Part B, they have mentioned. And specimen annexer A1, specimen of information memoranda for corporate data in manufacturing sector. Are you able to see, sir?
Yes, sir.
Next, abbreviations, a disclaimer. Next, Part A, statutory information, related sections, contents given in regulation 37, like that.
Okay.
Next, assets and liabilities, list of creditors, due from related parties, guarantor land details. Next, details of the members, material litigation, workers and employees and their dues, and relevant sections are also they mentioned, and statutory particularly regulation numbers are also they have mentioned. Assets and liabilities of the company they have mentioned. List of creditors, their names and all these things they have mentioned. Dues to or from the related party, sample format also they have mentioned. Guarantor details they have mentioned sample, and the details of members or partner holding company at least 1% stake in the sample format also given, and material litigation table also given, and the number of workers and employees and their dues they have given sample format also. Part B, business transaction corporate data in manufacturing. In this beautifully they have designed, company overview, what is the ABC Limited offers, and the transaction, and the key investment highlights, comprehensive product portfolio, state of art of technology facility to end, professional management, operating high growth industry, diverse mix of the customer, and indicative project timelines they have given, and company overview, sales geographical wise, sales segment wise, and year 1, year 2, year 3, and business evaluation they have given graphical representation also. In 2000 for what is the business, how it is grown, like that, the business evaluation and current scenario, what is the technical issues, what is the financial issues, what is the macroeconomic factors, and a snapshot of a financial performance last 3 years, that is given the assets, liabilities and revenue, profit and loss account, interim finance, how much it is required, that also they used, capital structure and shareholding, and financial operational claims, and division and customer overview, and summary of key orders, and customer plant details, customer, like that, and supply chain infrastructure they have given, and facilities and capabilities, and location 1, location 2, location 3. If the company is spread in different locations, what is the value proposition? Details of a manufacturing facility, that is unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. You tell me how many people are prepared like this? Next, capex requirement, how much it is required, capital expenditure, and organization structure, that is also to be given, to be provided. And the board of directors, earlier board of directors, their profile, and key management, who is the vice president operation, DGM manufacturing, or head quality, design head, DGM supply chain, DGM finance, their brief profile, details of statutory approval and compliances, environmental clearance, fire and safety clearance, pollution control, certificate to operate, statutory licenses and clearances, registration certificates, register and tax authority, and investment overview, parent company how much, promoters how much, public how much, and investment like that. They have mentioned industry overview, that we have to tell about the industry overview also. Turnover, how much it contributed to GDP, how much it contributed to exports, how much a share in India's export, domestic, the aftermarket, and in the graphical or pictorial diagram also they have mentioned strong sector fundamentals. They have given the source also, whatever the crystal source is there, they mentioned clearly. I told about this one also. You need not restrict it to your data. Whatever the published data, secondary data is available, that also you include for get maximization of the key growth factors in XYZ company. What are the demand? What is the supply? What is the policy support of the government? All these things. Next, competitors. Who are the competitors? And how many companies are there? What is the percentage of market penetration of this one? And production capacity in all competitors, thereby demand and supply gap, and projected business plan, aspirational, future growth strategy, you have to tell, and assumptions, and forecast, all these things, profit and loss account, the particularly they have given the projections also, company, the earnings before interest and tax, or depreciation or amortization, and annexes, the process overview of the company, and specific annexer for corporate in power sector they have given. In the power sector, what are the power sector that is there, and company overview, all these things. Are you able to see, sir?
sir.
Snapshot. This is a IBBA recommended information memoranda.
It is fantastic, sir.
Sir.
It is fantastic.
Process overview, like that 135 pages. The India, our regulator, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, they have IBBI.
But there is struggle to collect all the information. That is the main struggle to the IP, to collect, to unify the all information.
Sir, once you provide all information, it facilitate for value maximization. Incomplete information always reduces your value. That is my personal opinion.
You can engage some professionals also, no, sir, for preparing this.
Definitely, engage some professionals to prepare these things, data.
Correct. Mm.
And RP is also rewarded for higher value maximization, sir.
Correct, sir.
That is
Sir,
also good thing what
correct.
IBBA has done.
Sir, this model information memoranda that is provided by IBBA also, I will provide. Go through that one. Even information memoranda is also opportunity for you. Suppose I'm not getting the CIRP cases. Okay, whatever the supplementary sub-process are there, then you can avail that sub-process like a preparation of information memoranda or the class of creditors for bonds or debentures, etc. Or if at all you completed valuation values, or if at all you are an expert in the accounting verification, all these things as a transactional auditor. So, in that total process, some opportunities are also there. Okay. Transparent and flexible eligibility criteria. The RP in consultation with the committee of creditors should avoid overly restrictive eligibility conditions. Section 25 2H insolvency. While a compliance of 29A, the IBC particularly is mandatory, additional filters should not unnecessarily exclude potential investors. Potential investors are there. Don't put too many riders, but follow the whatever 29A is there. Balanced eligibility norms widen the applicant pool without compromising and quality. Staggered and realistic timelines in the request for a resolution plan. Unrealistic short timelines discourage serious investors, particularly the foreign entities or large corporates that require internal approval, providing adequate time for due diligence, site visits, financial modeling, and consortium formation. So here they will also do the due diligence. Simply they don't file. Oh, the company is there, I have to acquire like that. They have to visit. It is as good as buying a product. Whenever you are buying a product, what is the product? When compared to other product, what is the benefits? What is the technology? Latest technology or outdated? Next, after sales service. What is the after sales? How much a discount you are offering? What is the prevailing prices in the same product in the market? Other competitor products. For a small one, you are analyzing or you are verifying a big data. But for purchasing a 200 or 300 crores project, the due diligence is required. Site visits are also required. Financial modeling. Suppose I have invested 400 crores, whether I am going to recover that amount or not. If at all I am not going to recover during through operations, what is the fun in investing the 400 crores? Consortium formation. Okay, I'm having the 200 crores, but I'm interested. Another person is interested, any person is there. Then consortium encourages more PRAs to participate and submit the serious bids. Conducting site visits, management presentation, organizing structured site visits. That's why earlier I have shown one, the plant and machinery, it is in bad shape. After cleaning, it is in good shape. So anyhow, the PRAs will come. It is not only for PRAs, for increasing the life of the plant and machinery, cleaning is required. Once you are incurring, it is a part of the going concern concept, that too ARP cost. What is the problem in doing that one? Because you are the CEO, you are the end-to-end activities are to be controlled not by you, with the help of the people. Suppose the production manager is there. So production manager, today some PRAs are visiting. Are you the all equipment are okay or not? If at all any refinement is there, do the refinement. All these things are to be instructed properly by you. So suppose a HR manager is there, how many workers, what is there? If a PRA wants to know what is the quality of the workers, what is the Then you ask the HR manager to give the presentation. And organizing a structured site visit, interactions sessions with the key employees or a technical team helps investor to understand ground realities. The IBBA one information memorandum, 137 pages, they have given only a specimen. But if at all big companies are there, we have to prepare the information memoranda in such a manner to mobilize or to attract the prospective resolution. Physical inspection of plant and machinery, operation setup builds confidence and allows investors to revive the feasibility and accuracy. So if the missions are not working condition, the mindset of the people, they don't think about the invoice value and other things. Oh, this is rusted. Oh, lot of capital expenditure is required. Why should I take this company? So that's why, if at all it is a good company, and the machinery is also good, for the time being, some the maintenance is required. Do the maintenance to get the value, and providing clarity of litigation, regulatory risks, uncertain regarding the pending litigation, environmental liabilities, or regulatory non-compliance with a major deterrent of the PRAs. RP should provide a litigation matrix also. You tell the total, the end to end, definitely he will get a okay. They have given good side of the particular company and the bad side of the company. Status of license and approval. Tell all licenses are in force, and the licenses will continue next 3 years or 2 years or 1 year, whatever the period is there. Risk mitigation strategies. So the present risk, how the company is mitigating. Otherwise, if at all you are not telling about the risk mitigation, then later on it is lingering in mind. If this, suppose take for example, water pollution is there. Water is contaminated nearby rivers on account of releasing of the waste. So any filtration plant is available. And if at all available, tell him, okay, this is a water pollution company. Definitely some result. For this treatment plant is also there. And the risk mitigation strategies also. Transparency disclosure reduces the perceived risk, encourages the participation. Highlighting the revival and potential rather than only distress. Many corporate data appear unattractive because only financial distress is highlighted. RP should focus on presenting asset. So the RP should focus on presenting unused capacity. Suppose if the capacity utilization is less, definitely the company will incur the loss. Once the capacity utilization is increasing, the fixed cost will reduce, cost of operations will reduce, and the price of the product will reduce, and the demand for the product will increase. Unused capacity you highlight, strong brand recall, and long-term customer contacts, if at all it is there, highlight that one. Valuable land or location. Positioning the company turnaround opportunity rather than failed enterprises improve the investors' interest. Always distress company or this company is a financial distress. If at all we are talking, then no bidders will come. Only the solution is the death of the company through liquidation. So we have to segregate the assets, and one by one assets are to be sold. The company will die. Allowing consortium bidding and joint resolution. This is one of the good one. So one person may not contribute the total amount. Today, two or people, they will come together and we have to verify the 29A of the two people who are the joint resolution plan. And permitting consortium bids enable small investors, sectorial players. Sectorial players are, for real estate company, you have to sell to the real estate builders. Today, Real Estate Builders Association is also there. And you will get the information of the real estate builders, the numbers with RERA also. Anyhow, RERA is also one of the, if it is a real estate company, RERA official is also one of the COC member. And he will provide the information. You send all the real estate builder about the expression of interest, then some good results will happen. This increases the pool of participants, enhances the quality of the bid. Pre-bid meetings, continuous clarification. RP should conduct structured pre-bid meetings to clarify the doubts, the financial statement, the asset ownership, the regulatory the approvals, and the process timelines. So enlighten them. Once they are the prospective resolution applicants, enlighten them. Prompt response to queries and the issue of agenda and to the IM and request for resolution plan, demonstrate the professionalism and encourage the sustained participation. All these things will happen. And ensuring confidentiality and data security. That is also important. Even though you are taking the marketing activity, still the confidentiality to be maintained. Confidentiality ought to be maintained. Once the confidentiality is there, then later on some problems will arise if confidentiality is missing. Data security. So we should not disclose the information to each and everybody. Investors often hesitate to participate if they fear leakage of commercial sensitive information. A robust confidentiality framework supported by non-disclosure agreements ensures the investors comfortably assessing the detailed operational and financial data. Confidentiality to be taken. And not only that one, next one is coordination with the committee of creditors. Frequent changes in a request for resolution plan terms, evaluation criteria, timelines discourage investors. The RP should ensure committee of creditors maintain consistency and avoids mid-process changes. They may erode the investors' trust. So, while issuing for the request for resolution plan, all conditions are to be clearly spelled out. No piecemeal system. No piecemeal system. Then once a piecemeal system is there, the confidence of the investors will lost. Sector-specific marketing strategy. If at all it is a power project, you have target the power projects only. If at all it is textile project only. If at all it is a chemical, you have to target a chemical industries list. Every sector, the associations are there. The data is also available. Their websites are also available. Their contacts are also available. So please send that expression of interest to them to maximize the value. Ultimately, our objective is to maximize the value. Manufacturing units attract strategic buyers. Real estate projects are attract developers and asset reconstruction. Pharmaceutical companies attract global generic manufacturers, and a tailored outreach strategy aligned with the sector dynamic significantly improves the PRA participations. Maintaining process credibility and timely completion. Delays, procedural lapse of communication can discourage investors. The RP must timely publication of forms and updates, adherence of the CIRP timelines, professional and neutral conduct throughout the process. So once you are targeted the customer and you are delaying, then automatically their interest will kill. So to overcome that problem, timely publication and updates are to be required. Adherence of the CIRP timelines are also important. Then only the prospective investors will file their the particular plans. The transparent and credible process attracts repeat the participation from institutional investors in future CIRP as well. Hence, maximum participation of prospective resolution applicant is not an automatic outcome. Some other people, one good example is the pharma company. The resolution applicant in a casual manner has given the advertisement. Okay, his side he is 100% correct. Whatever the regulation says, as per regulations he has given one local newspaper and one is national news. There is no response. Once it is a pharma, sectorial people, particularly that sector, if you concentrate, then the results will increase. But after my suggestion or interaction, he has given the advertisement in pharmaceutical. Then all pharmaceutical companies, even their association office is there. Once this expression of interest advertisement is there, go there and request the association office to display in the association board, notice board, or the COC, the members, financial creditors in their banks, notice boards. Even though we are displaying in the corporate data's website as well as the IBBA, etc., that is not suffice. Wide marketing strategy is also required for maximizing. All these things are not defined in the particular regulations, but maximization is so many strategic thinking is also required. Maximizing participation of the PRAs is not an automatic outcome of a statutory compliance. It requires active marketing, structured communication, strategic process design by the resolution. So whatever I am discussing from 2:30 onwards is once active marketing is there, then only value maximization. Okay, the contents are one part. The contents of the information memoranda is one part. Why the IBBA has given the pictures, India map, in this map, my presence is here, 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 to attract the prospective resolution applicants. And what is the competitors list? The IBBA model information memoranda they have mentioned. All these are to attract or marketing your product. Your product is nothing but the corporate data company. That product you have to sell it or hand over to the prospective resolution applicant. Structured communication. Once he has visited to your company by the PRA, that is a good opportunity for you. Whatever the land, whatever the boundaries, whatever the security features, and whatever the employees, interaction with the employees, how the company is running, and what is the process. If you give the full information, even the storage facilities, and who are the suppliers, who are the buyers, and if you give a suitable presentation, then automatically he will quote the right place and not a cheap price. It requires active marketing, communication, and strategic process design is also required. By combining the publicity, high quality information, dissemination, investor friendly timelines, professionally advisory support, transparent governance, the RP can significantly increase the number of PREs in the request for resolution plan. Otherwise, it is total CIRP is best. If no buyers are there, no prospective resolution applicants are there, not there, what is the purpose of the PUF transaction? What is the purpose of the transactional auditor? What is the purpose of that particular valuation reports? All these things are additional CIRP cost. Liquidation means killing of the company. But during CIRP only, the going concern, the company should be hand over the in toto to the PRU. This competitive environment ultimately leads to higher resolution values. That is our preamble. That is our preamble maximization of value. Better recovery of creditors, improved chances of revival of the corporate data, fulfilling the core objectives of CIRP under IBCs. Once, if at all it is a pharma, what is the formulations? Why the company's patents are good, whether it is a domestic market or international market. All these things are not to be narrated in that particular information memorandum. But whenever the PRAs are visit to the company in the virtual data rooms, you have to tell all these things. So this is a code, and NCLT, NCLAT, several judicial pronouncements are also given on information memorandum. Statutory frameworks and case laws on IA. What are this? Section 29, preparation of information memoranda, which mandates RP shall prepare information memoranda in the electronic form. IA must contain all relevant information required by the resolution applicants to formulate the resolution plan. It must be shared only after receiving the confidentiality undertaking. This provision recognizes resolution applicants cannot prepare viable plans without access of complete and reliable information. So the resolution profession, the applicants, they are unable to prepare the viable plans. If at all any sketchy is there, some people I have seen 4 pages. What is the 4 pages? The company is a 20 years old company. 4 pages. He is not mentioned about the vital points of the particular company. Section 25, duty of the resolution profession. Under Section 25 of the IBC, RP obliged to preserve and protect the assets. In the meantime, still the company is to be handed over to the PRA. You have to protect. Protected means not the security guard itself, not the insurance policy to be taken for the fire, theft and burglary, not this one, the maintenance also. If at all the machinery is not used and it is not useful for going concern, some maintenance work is required for lubrication, running condition. Otherwise, over a period of time, the value of the asset will be deteriorated in the hands of the resolution profession. Invite resolution plans. You have to invite. Invite means simply not giving the advertisement. You have to market your communication, all these things. Provide access information to prospectors. So once the PRA comes, you have to catch them when they visited to your company. Full information is possible. Some information may not be reflected. Not reflected means sometimes that is a confidential information. And discuss that information in the closed this one. And preparation of information, the information memoranda is therefore not optional. It is a part of RP statutory duty to ensure effective resolution. It is not an optional. Regulatory framework. The detailed contents of IM prescribed under IBC or particularly regulation 36 and 36. Yeah. 36, contents of the information, regulation 36, assets and liabilities, financial statement for last 2 years, list of creditors and their claims, guarantees given by the corporate data, related party transaction, material litigations, number of employees and workmen, liquidation and fair value, and in a liquidation fair value shared in a limited manner. This regulation ensures standardization of disclosures and private sector and selective information. If you see the regulation 36A, invitation for expression of interest, eligibility for evaluation, issuance of the request for resolution plan, those who are fulfilling the expression of interest. IM is structurally integrated with the entire resolution pipeline. And you have to take the confidential and access information. Before sharing the information to the prospective resolution applicant, confidentiality undertaking required as well. So section 29(2) of the IBC. This protects commercially sensitive information, trade secrets, and intellectual property and corporate data misuse. Now, if you see the judicial pronouncement of information memoranda, repeatedly emphasize the importance and the accurate and complete, even in the judicial pronouncement also. Even in the judicial pronouncement also. The NCLT or NCLT, from time to time, they are telling that it should be accurate, it should be complete, not a partial information. If you see the IM must contain complete and true information. In ArcelorMittal India Private Limited with Satish Kumar Gupta, the Honorable Supreme Court of India stated, resolution applicants must give full and correct information. In that particular, they reiterated this one. Transparency is essential to ensure fair and competitive rules. The court held that incomplete or misleading disclosures undermine the integrity of the CIRP and can affect the resolution outcomes. IM is the basis of commercial decisions. If you see the Sesidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank, the Honorable Supreme Court observed that Committee of Creditors' commercial wisdom is exercised based on the information placed before it. Therefore, the accuracy of IM directly affects the decision-making process of the CEOs. It is not only for the PRES, it is the useful for COC to take the commercial wisdom, to take the decision or to finalize the prospective resolution applicant. The information memorandum is the base. The judgment indirectly evaluates the importance of IM as an informational backbone of the CIR. Resolution plans cannot be faulted for deficiency in information. In SR Still and Satish Kumar Gupta, the Supreme Court told, resolution applicant to prepare plan based on IM and data room information. And if material facts are not disclosed, the resolution applicant cannot later blamed for inaccuracy in the plan. So this places heavily the responsibility of the to ensure full disclosures in the information. Sharing the liquidation value, judicial interpretation. Issuing the sharing liquidation value and valuation reports has been examined in several cases like Vijay Kumar Jain and Standard Chartered. Members of the Committee of Credit are entitled to access relevant information, including valuation reports. Transparency is necessary for informed voting. Although this is a case primarily dealt with the home buyers, it clarified broader principle that critical financial data connected IM can be shared with the shareholders, stakeholders. NCLT, NCLAT views on defective or incomplete information. In one case, appellate authority have repeatedly held that a defective IM can vitiate the CIRP process. Resolution applicant must not be misled. In multiple rulings of NCLAT, non-disclosure of liabilities emphasize some of the resolution applicant, they are not mentioned about the liabilities. Incorrect asset information and conciliation of litigation. Litigations are also they have to mention. Cannot amount to procedural irregularity and may just justify the reopening of the resolution process. IM and principles of natural justice. Courts are also linked IM to principle of natural justice. Since the resolution applicant invests substantial time and cost in due diligence, denial of information or selective disclosure violates the doctrine of the fairness of the administration action. So that's why the information to be provided accurately, timely, and whatever the information he requests and except the confidentiality information, everything to be revealed to the particular PRA by taking the relevant confidentiality agreement. IM as a legal and a commercial document. Judicial pronouncements have also consistently recognized that IM serves a dual purpose. One is a legal compliance, second one is a commercial utility. It is a legal compliance under the regulations, enabling investors to evaluate the risk and value for the commercial utility. This dual character makes the RP role in preparing the IM both quasi-judicial and commercial value. Consequence of non-compliance IM requirements. If RP fails properly prepare or disclose the information memorandum, the committee of creditors may question RP's conduct. The IBBI may initiate a disciplinary action also. So number of cases are there, disciplinary action. Resolution plan may be challenged before NCLT or NCLAT. And the CIRP may even collapse into liquidation due to lack of investors' confidence. So non-compliance, consequence of non-compliance also dangerous. Key judicial principles emerging from case laws. Transparency is a cornerstone of the CIRP. IM must be complete, correct, updated. Resolution applicant are entitled to rely on IM contents. RP responsible for accuracy and completeness. Information asymmetry can invalidate the total process. So that's why the information memorandum is a vital document, important document, heart of the CIRP process to maximize the value of the entity. Hence, the information memorandum is firmly embedded in the statutory, regulatory, and judicial framework of Indian insolvency regime. Through section 25 or 29 and regulation 36 and authoritative interpretation by the Supreme Court or NCLT or NCLAT, IM is a central informational and commercial document in CIR. That much importance is there. But some other people, because I have seen one information memorandum day before yesterday, only 3 pages. But the value of the company is around 200 crores. For 200 crores, simply they have mentioned about who is the financial creditor, what is the percentage, all these things information memoranda is required or not? These are not required. This is the CIRP process. Who is the financial creditor? And what is his claim? What is the percentage of voting rate? What is the voting rate? Why it is relevant to the PRA? It is not at all relevant. And simply they are cut and paste type they are doing. So here, this is a vital document. That's why beautifully prepared by the IBBI, the information memoranda. It is a marketing document. From 2:30 onwards, I'm talking, it is a marketing document. So the marketing document is an attractive one to the PRAs, accurate one, and no errors, no misleading information, and total information to be provided, and information misleading is also, or less information also is dangerous. It is a foundation for which a resolution applicants plans. Creators exercise commission wisdom, adjudicating authority assess fairness and transparency. Consequently, the preparation of IM is not merely a procedural step, but a legally enforceable, judicially scrutinized responsibility of the resolution. This is a responsibility of the resolution profession. So this is in brief about the information memoranda for maximizing the value. So that's why I will send that a particular model of the IBBI. And if at all you require any information memoranda, the specimens are also available in the website. Website means a Google website, Google search, the PDFs will come. But if at all you are having time, take the printout of the model, the information memoranda, that is 135 pages of IBBI. Go through that one. Then out of that knowledge or out of that information, all are not relevant for every company. Some of them are relevant, some of them are not relevant. The information memoranda is also not, the contents are to be covered, but it will differ from the case by case. So it may differ in pharma. In pharma, you have to mention, highlight the patents or the licenses, etc., and the formulation process and the exports. And if at all you are preparing in a real estate, this information is not required. So that's why it will differ from, but in that particular model information memoranda, it is macro level, it is covered widely, but all are not relevant to all sectors. It will differ. Some of the sectors, it may be 20 pages. Some of the sector, it may be 100 pages also. So decide yourself, but total information total, that total information is to be provided, accurate information to be provided, SWOT analysis is to be required, and whatever the strengths of the company are to be highlighted properly. And beyond that, who are the customers, how many competitors are there, and what is the age of the plant and machinery, what is the type of the plant and machinery, whether it is a modern or updated technology adopted or not, and what is the leftover the age of the machinery. All these things are to be mentioned. So this is in brief about what I wish to tell about the information memoranda value maximization. Any doubts, sir? Sir, any doubts?
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, sir.
Very good presentation. Very informative.
Sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
This also I will send, sir. Model report also I am having. That also I will send. Have a look. Have a look. And
Okay, sir.
whenever the pictorial diagrams and is required, data tables also. Suppose a workman, some must the specific tables are created. You create that table or any columns or columns. If at all you want to delete, you can delete, and add, you can add. And this is a base or specimen only. And once one by one, if you prepare, definitely in the coming days, you will become an expert. This is also opportunity for the artists. Always not thinking about, I am not getting CARP like that. If at all your friends are there, that information memoranda I will prepare. But at the same time, the financial creditors appraisal also you take it. And at the time of taking the loan by the corporate debtor from the banks, he will provide one project report. In the project report, lot of data is available. So whatever the stale data, remove that stale data or update that stale data and prepare the information. So the project report is submitted by the corporate debtor to the financial creditor. Second one is the financial creditor, whenever the loan is processed, the appraisal format. These two are also very, very important. Anyhow, the FC is with you. He is also a committee of creditors member. Definitely he will oblige to provide these two. It is not a confidential data. Anyhow, the company is going to be handled by you only. The company is you are handling, you are the CEO. Definitely, whatever that copy, that particularly the project report is also available with the company. To get a finance department also they will provide, and the appraisal also you get it from the bankers. So if there is no doubts, thank you very much, sir. Tomorrow we will meet and we will discuss about the MSMEs, particularly the restructuring plan. And on account of this Iran, Israel and USA war, how the MSMEs are struggling, the liquidity problems, and how to revive, and what is the PPIRP? If at all in your area of operation, any clusters are there, MSME clusters. Take for example in Hyderabad, number of clusters are there. Nacharam, Balanagar, or Patancheru. Each cluster 150 to 200 companies are there. Their exposures are also more. Most of them are registered under Companies Act or LLP. So once they are registered, the CIR, the companies or LLP comes under the purview of this one. Now they are facing the problem of forward and backward linkages of the company. Tomorrow's class is how the war is affected on account of a war, how the MSMEs are affected. That we will discuss. So thank you very much, sirs and madam, and a good night to all sirs, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.